people, and welcome back to part 32 of Beguzia, the city's Skylines build guide. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And we are hanging around near the new port of Beguzia, with some ever so slight new minor details now present within the area, including kind of a little plaza that sits in and amongst the offices, which I think is starting to come together nicely. And we've also detailed the edge of the quays with some nice paths and a couple of trees that are milling around. And the pollution has now cleared up here as well. We were having a lot of trees kind of dying along here last time, but now the sewage has been removed. We are looking at a nice clean area for our port to reside in. I've also brought through the rail line in a bridge over the top, which I think is a little bit too wavy. You know, to see kind of a train track constantly snaking around like this isn't the most realistic thing, at least where we live. You know, they tend to be in really long straight lines with very few curves. But again, it's kind of adding to that nice stacked feel. This place all looks very industrial, and it's cool to see the trains passing up and over the bridge, although there isn't one coming at the moment. Here we go. Let's get a little look at this guy. There he goes. Very good. Okay. So, you guys really enjoyed that last episode. Still lots of work to do here again, but you know, that will come in time. Before we kick off today's episode, let me know what square you guys think we should open up. We have obviously the new tile. We hit the last milestone, which was Metropolis, which gave us this one here, and then one more to go until we get all of them. That is a mod, by the way, for those wondering. So let me know which one you guys want to see open. I'm thinking this one here, and we can build something on this side of the river for a change, or maybe this one as well, possibly this one. I think it's between these three. Let me know which one you guys want to see opened up. But in today's episode, I wanted to head over back to the downtown and work on this area here that we have kind of that is just empty and abandoned at the moment. And I've been thinking about what I wanted to put here, and I think what we're going to work on is kind of how we can use all the buildings within the healthcare department to make a little bit of a kind of similar to what we did with the nuclear complex, kind of making a dedicated area for our power. I want to go ahead and use all the healthcare buildings, if not most of them, to kind of make like a medical facility, medical complex. I don't know what the word is. I'm sure it'll be in the title of the episode, the word that I eventually settled on. So I think we're going to start to come out from here, and then here as well. And then I'm thinking maybe we can put in a roundabout here. Let's go for the small. Okay, so it's not this back a touch. It's just ever so slightly out there, isn't it? Let's see if we can kind of get this as straight as possible. And these things are a little bit finicky, but you will eventually just find the angle that you want to snap onto. I think that's probably good. Let's go for there. And then we'll hook these roads up. And then upgrade the ones that come out of it as well. Yeah, we're on a slight angle there, aren't we? But there is also a stray rock that I cannot delete. So it doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Okay, so let's have a little look at what we've got to play with first of all. So obviously the hospital is going to kind of be the heart and soul of this place, as you would imagine. You know, people are coming to get treatment and whatnot. Although I think I do want some kind of park to reside on the corner here. I'm thinking probably a small park. And then I'm going to go ahead and expand this out with some nice tree paths. Let's bring these out. Not tree paths, that literally means nothing. I mean dirt paths, of course. Let's kind of bring these out and let people walk around the park area. And we can maybe create like a nice little pavilion here where guests can maybe walk around and just kind of enjoy the grounds during their treatments. Or maybe mourning loved ones can come and kind of reconcile their thoughts. Who knows? Okay. So we've also got a sauna. We'll have a cemetery in here as well. The medical helicopter depot. And a sports hall and gymnasium too. So let's go ahead and kind of place as always, the heart and soul of the new area that we want to be working with. So I'm going to make a little one-way system, I think. Let's upgrade these guys, and we'll change the directions. I think we'll come out by 420 each side, and then cut across, and then maybe I can grab the hospital and put it on this corner here. It's going to kind of throw in a nice different angle for us. Sort the one-way system out. We also had a comment last episode of someone suggesting that I check out Move It. Now, this series is obviously meant to be kind of as console friendly as possible. But let me know if you guys would be okay if I installed Move It. I wouldn't use it to make any crazy things. It's really just to make my life easier. Such as these keys that happened last episode. I know a lot of people aren't keen on it. And a lot of my subscribers are kind of console players anyway. So let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, so let's kind of map out some little paths to the hospital here that are going to come across the roundabout. Let's have one from here. And again, I should be able to do this if we turn snapping off. Let's get it into the area that I need it to be. And then let's bring him up there as well. And then we'll have one come straight through the middle. Maybe not actually. That's not really what I want anymore. Just bring them straight like that, and maybe this middle point, can we connect through there? Yes, we can. Okay, so that's a nice kind of grander entrance to the hospital, I think. Let's go ahead and remove some of these trees in the roundabout, and we'll make a little bit of a feature out of that in a time-lapse. No, that is not what I want to use. I'm pretty sure it's these ones, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's just kind of pop a few of these around. And then this one, we'll keep that square clear, and we'll pop something nice in there as well. Okay, so also kind of want like a medical clinic, which is going to kind of function as like a little walk-in centre. You know, you don't have to be like mega ill to come and use the hospital. If you just want to come in for a quick walk-in or a quick checkup, then there's the medical centre that you can use maybe. Let's have this next to the hospital. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab another path. Let's just snap to grid. So we keep nice and tight around this clinic. Up here as well. Okay, so it's not too bad looking at the moment. Let's kind of have a look at some death care of where we want our cemeteries to sit. So I think probably this space over here alongside the hospital. Kind of like a, you know, this is where you're going to go. Like if patients are looking out of the hospital window and see some cemeteries, it's maybe a little bit morbid, but I think it'll be okay for the meantime. Okay, let's kind of figure out how we want these to look. So if we're placing them straight up against the road here, we're going to have room for two. Yeah, we are. Okay, let's delete that and then just kind of push this road as close to the highway as possible. Let's just connect it up for right now, actually. We can actually have another entrance on there. I don't mind that at all. They might clog up this one-way system, though. It depends how many people decide to come through here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Now let's have two here. And then around the back of them, we can maybe have a couple of crematoriums, maybe. So let's just judge the depth of the crematoriums. We'll have one here. I'll leave a nice 2-block space in between each of them. And then let's bring the road behind them. So it makes a little bit of a feature out of it. We can do some nice trees around here as well, just to kind of hide it. You know, so the smell of burning dead body isn't constantly being put across the city. Okay, so a sauna. Where can we put a sauna? On the corner here actually might be a nice little spot for one, or maybe we should keep it clustered around the actual main buildings itself. So that might be a nice little build for it. Okay. We have the medical helicopter depot, and I think the space over here is looking favourite for this. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think we'll actually make this an industrial road. So you kind of there's only one reason people go down here. It's a very special road, and that's going to slot in nicely. And how's that looking from the highway? Do we want this facing any other direction? Okay, so you can kind of imagine, people would land and be brought by a helicopter, and then they would be taken straight down the road. I mean, ideally they would land on top of the hospital, and I guess they do actually have a helipad there, so that's all okay. What else do we have to work with? The sports hall and gymnasium would be a nice building to have in here as well. Let's have a little look at where we can possibly get this in. Through here maybe? Or again, maybe alongside here. And then we can have people... I think I want to keep these main roads quite clear. I think probably clustered up along here again. Alongside the kind of main buildings that we've gone for. Let's continue that path around for right now. And hook him up like that. So that could almost be like a little rehab wing of the medical facility, I guess. And then we also have a pool, which could slot in somewhere nicely as well. Maybe let's bring another road up in this direction. Let's make sure that all our snapping is on as well. Maybe bring a road directly behind the hospital and then hook that up to there. Okay, yeah, let's have it there. And then again, we'll just grab the path that's going to come around and hook people up. So again, no, that's a little bit kind of touristy maybe for the pool. But again, it's kind of that nice rehab idea that we're going for. I think this looks a lot more professional. This kind of looks like where you would come for just a general swim. But I guess it's okay. Okay, and finally, we have the yoga garden, which I guess might work nicely in here, in and amongst the trees. I think we're going to pop it alongside here. And that's going to give us a nice little clustered feel of what we've got going on. Okay, so let's kind of work on some trees here. I want this to be relatively sheltered. So we're going to come ahead and bring the brush strength down just a touch. And then fill in these areas up alongside the hospital, not on this side of the highway. And then again, down here. Probably a little bit down here as well. Let's kind of cluster that out. I think definitely along here. Kind of surrounding the medical depot. And we'll make something out of these squares as well, I imagine. Yeah, let's bring it up to here. I think we'll actually make a little bit of a feature, just really subtly using the park fences. So these are just the city park stuff. And I'm just going to come ahead and drawing a little road that's going to kind of just box this off nicely. We'll bring it up to the roundabout. So you've got a nice entrance as you walk up here. Let's do the same on this side as well. It's just little details like this that can really just help all your various different builds kind of stand out and, you know, give them their own identity. Okay, and then we'll do the same along here as well. Just up to that point. Doesn't look like we'll be able to get on in there. This little distance is just too small. And then along here as well. Okay. And up to there. Okay. So I think, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into a little bit of a detail in time-lapse and tidy this thing up a little bit, make some nice things out the roundabout. Maybe a little kind of, you know, relaxation morning garden here alongside the front, and just kind of make this thing look a little bit more spruced up. So we'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, a like below is very much appreciated. Equally as much if you didn't enjoy it, please feel free to leave a dislike as well. Sorry this episode is so short, but you know, this kind of thing doesn't really take that long. And it's turned out quite nicely in my opinion. You've got lots of nice little kind of green little parks and themes developing. This roundabout turned out really nicely as well. and this place looks really sweet at night. And I think this is a really nice way to kind of use up some of the medical stuff and make a little bit of a dedicated area within your downtown for it, rather than just placing a hospital on a main road and letting it satisfy the citizens and then just kind of moving on to the next area. Doing stuff like this just really helps kind of, you know, bring it to life that little bit more. Don't forget to let me know what tile you think we should open up next, and we'll begin to work on that fairly soon. And coming up, we've got the Riverside downtown to do, alongside the nightlife district under the underpass, which is going to look really sweet. Anyway, I'll leave you alone. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.